Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, the main goal will be to share with you the main energetics connected to the next solar eclipse that it's gonna happen the 24th of September. And it's gonna be a quite powerful solar eclipse because it's, first of all, is the second new moon in Virgo. The first one we had the 23rd of August. And second, because it's at 29 degrees in the sign of Virgo, and the 29 degrees is quite important degree because for a lot of astrologer it's the degree of fate. If you want to understand what does it mean, stay tuned till the end of the video and don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. So this kind of solar eclipse, it will be visible mainly in Australia and in New Zealand. During so in Italy will be 7:41 p.m. Italian time, but you need to check according to where you are located if it's feasible to see this solar eclipse or not. And what is a solar eclipse? A solar eclipse is an eclipse. It's like it's a supercharged new moon, and they usually symbolize a new beginning, fresh start, and planting new seeds for future growth. It represents a sort of reset in a particular area of our life, which is ruled by the sign of Virgo. But because this new moon is connected with the South Node in Virgo, it is also, let's say, a period where we can release and let go old pattern in our lives for something new to emerge. Which is the difference between this solar eclipse and the previous lunar eclipse that we had 7 days ago, the 7th of September. So the recent lunar eclipse, we had a lot of emotional completion. Many of you, including me, we cried a lot, mainly out of nowhere to give space to the new. The Pisces lunar eclipse was all about surrendering to illusions, emotional healing wounds, embrace compassion in every situation. It was, let's say, a grieving process. Now the goal will be to take all the lesson from the previous lunar eclipse from the 7th of September and try to apply all this lesson in a practical way because Virgo is really a practical sign, meaning we will need to start organize our life, refining our routines and creating structure in our specific part of our life so that we move from chaos to a more structured way of living. Okay. How for those of you that are more into astrology, you might ask yourself, okay, which are the people that will be more influenced by the solar eclipse? So if you have any planets in your birth chart between 27 and 29 degrees, you're gonna feel a lot of the effect of this solar eclipse. And also, if you have any planets between 28 and 29 degrees of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, you're gonna feel more intensely this kind of eclipse. As I said before, 29 degrees is known in astrology as the degree of fate. So it's really connected with fate. And indeed, if I include the Kabbalistic astrology in the picture, in Kabbalistic astrology, we are saying that all the month of Virgo is a month where miracle can happen. And if you know how to work with your karma, you will do a quantum leap, basically. What does it mean that 29 degrees is it's like an energy of urgency, indicate a sense of urgency, indicate also a sense of crisis, and the need to complete something that is missing or is not completely in your life. Meaning there is a small window between not only the weekend of the 24th of September, but let's say all the month of Virgo, where you can work and on your unfinished business in life connected to Virgo themes. Which are Virgo themes? Health checks. So if you know, if you have if you got health problems, it's a wonderful period to go really deep in the screening and really understand which is the root cause of your health issue. It can be also connected to perfectionism. If you are like a person that wants the perfection in every relationship, you really need to understand how to let go of this perfectionism. There are themes connected to Virgo, or their themes are connected to service, how you can be at service to other people, how you can be less connected to details in your life and go, let's say, go with the flow more in life, because it should be always a balance between structure and flowing with life. So all these Virgo themes are reminding us how to keep balance in our life and how to work with our unfinished business. Now we focus on the meaning of the 29 degrees in Virgo, and we go to check the Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol, we need always, as you know, to round the number, so we need to check the 30 degrees for the Sabian symbol in Virgo. And I'm gonna read it from my favorite book connected to the spiritual meaning of the Sabian symbols. It's all about the spirit, it's all about focus, discipline, block any distractions to finish something that you need to be done so that you can see progress in the next 6 months. And the main key is mainly do not push to tomorrow what needs to be done today. Basically, the main ideas are focus on what's real. There are many distractions and false alarms in life, especially, for example, if you switch on the TV. You must learn to ignore them and focus on what is really important right now. Second, be careful of who you trust. You will meet liars and dishonest people. It's your job to recognize them and avoid getting tricked, both in business and in friendship. Third point, integrity. Integrity is your protection. Living with integrity, meaning being honest and having strong moral principle, is the only way to be truly safe from confusion and bad people. Last point, integrity brings happiness. The text says that happiness and feelings fulfilled come from living an honest life, and it's the price for doing what is right, not because you will get a reward later, but simply because it's the right things to do. Okay, these are the main principle on how to navigate better with energetic solar eclipse. Then we focus mainly on how this eclipse is interacting with other planet. I I created mainly two main themes that I believe are the most important for you to understand how to better navigate this energy. The first one is that this solar eclipse is completely opposite to Saturn in Pisces and to the North Node in Pisces. This opposition is reminding us that Virgo is all about healthcare system, medical services, and Saturn in Pisces is all about limitation. So, on a collective level, we might face some policies changing, some delays, some pharmaceutical regulations, some public health alerts. If you see, for example, in UK in the recent news. And the key here is to prioritize practicality, that is is ruled by Virgo, in opposition to escapism and distraction that is represented by Pisces. Another important point of this energy is that you might be useful because Saturn is in Pisces and the Northern Node is in Pisces. You might really work really well with this energy if you want to go really deep on your sleep pattern, if you want to improve your sleep pattern, if you want to improve your breath, if you want to work on your mental health. My advice will be that you can reach out for help. You can work with an astrologer, a coach, with a therapist. And it's really an important period because when we have planets in Pisces, you are more connected to intuition. You get more, let's say, more deep in your consciousness, and you might realize some new insight that you were not thinking before. Okay. And because Saturn is in Pisces, like I stated 1 year ago, we might there might come back some themes connected to water and pollution. So we might see a repetition that we saw 1 year ago. Okay. Second theme, this lunation is connected with a karmic point that is called South Node in Virgo. Meaning, in practical terms, it means that we are dealing with the past, we are clearing out the past. The South Node in Virgo represents our karma. So, the question that I invite you to ask yourself is what you are releasing and moving away from. And in Virgo, Virgo is urging us mainly to let go of excessive worry because in order to move forward, we have to deal first with the past. Okay? And the ruler for this lunation is the planet Mercury. Mercury is in Libra, and this energy is a good energy because it is an energy that is pushing us to work together, is pushing us to find diplomacy in our connection, is pushing us to find new ideas in partnership and reaching out for help. So after this solar eclipse, I expect so many people, they will start to say, most probably starting from 22nd of September, they might start to say, oh, I'm gonna stop drinking alcohol from 22nd of September. I'm gonna start to I'm gonna start the gym the 22nd of September. I'm gonna start meditating. I'm gonna start to have spiritual practices. I'm gonna work with a therapist and so on, so on, so on. This energy is really wonderful because Mercury, the planet of communication, is communicating also in a good way, in a good aspect with Uranus and Pluto. And this energy is mainly telling us that if you want to change your life, you need to start to change your mindset. So, meaning you need to start to think differently. And Uranus and Pluto will help us in this kind of goal. Okay? I trust this information was useful and simpler with less technological and astrological terms. If you liked this video, please do share with your friends. This will allow me to create more and more simplified version of energy videos on a weekly basis. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for the support and see you to the next episode next week.